And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to a special Sunday edition of New Earth TV Live. Happy Easter to everybody. Hope you are all doing well. I had a really great interview with Janine on Friday. And of course, that YouTube video is up on my channel. If you missed it, check it out. We had a really great conversation, had some great questions from the audience as well, too. Had a great time with Janine as well. I also was helping her to clean out her demonetization on her channel. So I sent her a little MP3 audio guided meditation to help cutting the cords. So hope she's doing well with that all together. But again, we had a great time. So thank you everybody for being here. We're going to get into some announcements here momentarily. And then we're going to get into some inner practices. We're going to get into some healing as well too, some distance healing. And we're going to get into some general Q&A. But first and foremost, we'll go ahead now and get into some announcements. Beautiful, sacred geometrical clothing, apparel, and accessories imbued with spirit source energy to heal, rejuvenate, detoxify, and strengthen the body. Shop now at healingcodeshop.com.
The latest revelation in alternative healing has arrived. The Healing Code Cards, a spiritual technology unlike anything else. Through the power of sacred geometry imbued with pure source energy, physical ailments can become eliminated and detoxified from your body. 36 cards specifically designed to work on the major areas of the body, encouraging natural recovery and increased vitality. Working with the cards are easy, and their healing results are profound. Download our collection of free sample cards so you can experience results for yourself. And don't forget to view our customer testimonials. Our printed Healing Code card deck is available now with shipping available worldwide. Visit our website at healingcodecards.com.
And another announcement is that on my New Earth Teachings website, I have actually just added the link to my own independent film that I did back in around 2018. And it is called The Inbound Interception. It's a kind of a space fantasy, spiritual space fantasy. Kind of captures the glimpse of Star Wars in that way. If you have not seen it yet, well, you're in for a treat because we're going to go ahead and run the trailer. But again, if you want to check it out, it's available now to rent or buy on Vimeo on demand. So let's go ahead and check it out.
I can feel something coming. And I've been training so hard.
Something's wrong, Andrea. You don't seem quite much like yourself. You're quiet.
I can't do this.
Itali se ela, kinawase keleweta tinamana. Gana freya na dugana.
I can feel the inbound.
Excuse me, ma'am. Could you spare a moment of your time? I come in peace.
This is just the beginning.
Now see, that is much more entertaining than the Life movie, right? So that is the Inbound Interception trailer. Again, that's something I've been working on for the past couple of years. Like I said, it was all finished in 2018. We were able to get it out around 2019. And again, it's an on-demand movie. that you can find on Vimeo. So it's vimeo.com/ondemand/theinbound. And I'm also currently creating a comic book based on that movie as well too. It's a different title, but it basically has the same characters and everything. It's called the Adept Chronicles. So I'm hoping to have that out within the next few months, maybe around the time of late 2022, early 2023. So like I said, guys, been busy in the background. So that is the Inbound Interception. Like I said, you can go ahead and check it out. It's available for renting or for buying on Vimeo. So let's move on next to the other announcements. Private sessions, 15, 30, and 45-minute sessions are available. Same with 3-question email sessions done offline. You can check that out at newearthteachings.com. And feel free to join up on Patreon. Again, I have bi-weekly group Q&A sessions. Website is patreon.com/newearthteachings. Monthly membership is only $25. You can get access to all Patreon content, including digital courses, and of course the bi-weekly group Q&A. And the New Earth Teachings Healing Tour is going to be happening between July 15th and July 30th for Vancouver Island, Lower Mainland BC, and Alberta. So if you are in British Columbia or in Alberta and you're thinking of looking to be part of this healing tour, you can check out the Meetup group, meetup.com/New Earth Teachings events group. I'm also doing some local events around the Surrey and Greater Vancouver areas. So just feel free to join up for free on our Meetup, and you'll be informed of some upcoming in-person events. Some of the events for the healing tour will also be available online, but that will be coming more soon, but I'm looking forward to rolling that out. And the final announcement, this YouTube channel, New Earth Teachings, has been backed up on Odyssey, so you can go ahead and subscribe there, odyssey.com/@newearthteachings. All right, quite a few announcements, but hey, it's all good. So today we're going to go ahead and work firstly with some inner practices. We're going to do some distance healing, and then we're going to get into some general Q&A as well too. So again, guys, happy holidays for you. And first thing we're going to do with inner practices is we're just going to start doing some heart rate variability. Okay, firstly, before that, I should say, we're going to do some deep cleansing breaths. We're going to do some heart rate variability. I want to show you guys a little bit more about the BCR technique as well too. I'm going to do kind of a shortened version of it, but I'd like you just to be very aware of it because, like I said, it's one of the most helpful free practices you can find online. Like I said, if you're not too sure where to find it, you just go to my YouTube channel, and through playlists, you can find it there. The BCR 30-Day Challenge playlist is on my channel. The same thing goes with cord removal healing, which is another practice, a level 1 practice, and then of course there is a level 2 practice, which is conflict elimination. So all three of them have the playlists here on my YouTube channel. So let's go ahead now and just take a moment just to get ourselves to relax. And we're going to take some deep breaths in and out. So inhale, exhale. Okay, one more time. Inhale, exhale. Okay, now we're going to go into heart rate variability breath. So with HRV, we're just doing nasal breathing, nose breathing, inhaling and exhaling. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 seconds out through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's just continue that rhythm now. And one more time. Okay, and this is just what you keep on doing. As we're doing the BCR technique, we just continue to do the heart rate variability breath, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever brings you into that state of calmness. So when we're doing the deep cleansing breath, that's just allowing ourselves to kind of just get ready. We're getting prepared, we're kind of moving into that state of active calmness. And then as we go into the heart rate variability, the HRV, this is just settling down all of our energy. This is settling down the thoughts. This is settling down the monkey mind. This is settling down the intellect. It's exactly what you want to do as you do the BCR technique. And you're just continuing to do HRV for as long as you need to until you feel there's just that calmness, there's that clarity, there's that feeling of inner peace inside. You don't feel like your mind is going a mind a minute. You don't feel all tensed up. You're letting yourself become completely relaxed. And you're just letting the waters settle. The waters in your mind, the emotional waters, they're all just settling down. And this is what we call just going into the low idle state. Now, if you also want to look into an alternative besides heart rate variability, then you can look together with Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. Okay, this is what I've been teaching about before in previous webcasts, right? Where we take the right thumb against the right nostril, start breathing in. Okay, now just taking the ring finger on the other nostril and exhale through the right nostril. And breathe in. Then we switch. Okay, so we're basically timing our breath as we exhale and as we inhale. So giving it about a good 5 seconds. Just exhaling and then 5 seconds inhaling and then switching 5 seconds, 5 seconds. And doing that for a few minutes. That's also a good alternative if you want to try something besides HRV, because this too will also stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. This too will also stimulate the vagus nerve. And that's our intention, is we're not attempting to stimulate fight or flight, right? When you guys worry about something, you are in the sympathetic nervous system. We want to get out of that. We want to get into the parasympathetic nervous system, right? Sympathetic nervous system is like a freeze. Just gets you into a lot of fear, right? The fight or flight. We want to get out of that. We want to go directly into the parasympathetic nervous system because that is what's bringing you into a state of relaxation and calmness. The parasympathetic is what calms you down. That's what we want to do even before we even go into meditation. We want to make sure we're in a calm mind, that we're relaxed, that we're centered. And if you guys are just jumping right into meditation without doing that, you're not going to be able to meditate. Simple as that. Meditation is all about being aware of your awareness. That's the key to it. It's about letting the thoughts drift. Okay? Now here's another technique that I'm going to teach you. It's a bit of a secret technique, but I'll give it out today. All right? What we want to do is we want to stimulate more of the left nostril than the right nostril when we're meditating. Okay? So this is not Nodi Shodhana Pranayama. This is not heart rate variability. This is just a secret technique, all right, that I'm going to reveal to you guys today. Again, we just take our thumb and we just do this. Okay, and I want you just to continue to breathe with the left nostril only for about 2 to 5 minutes. Okay, that's all you're doing. You're just breathing in through the left nostril. Well, Brad, what the heck is that supposed to do? When you're breathing in through the left nostril, what you're doing is you're stimulating the right side of the brain. Okay? When we're looking at the Ida channel, or the Ida nadi, that represents the right brain mentality. So what we're doing is we're working with ideas, we're working with concepts, we're very emotional as well too. We're being much more in touch with our emotions. Now this is very important, particularly for guys. What guys need to be more aware of is breathing through your left nostril a lot more. Okay, not saying every guy, but certain guys in that sense, we're basically just from the solar plexus down. If you guys want to open up your heart, this is the secret to doing it. Okay, just breathe through your left nostril. That's it. That's all you got to do. Spend 2 to 5 minutes. Okay, now, if your left nostril is a little clogged, right, because sometimes we want to open that channel, sometimes we get it clogged, you can work with a neti pot. Okay, that's Neti, a neti pot. You can find those on Amazon. All right. So what it is, it looks like a tiny teapot, and you just fill it with lukewarm water. You put some Himalayan crystal salt, or you can put some sea salt into it as well too. Just stir it around, and it's lukewarm, and you're just putting it into each nostril. As you're putting out, the water comes out. You do it here, the water comes out through both the nostrils. This is very, very excellent for cleaning out the sinuses altogether. If you have a cold, one of the best healings for that is a neti pot. Okay, so working with the neti pot altogether, you can find some YouTube videos about working with the neti pot as well too. The second thing you can do is just get a small glass of water, again lukewarm, putting a little bit of sea salt or Himalayan salt in it, stirring it around, taking a little sip, and gurgling. Right? So gurgling for as long as you feel you can, and that is also helping to clean out the sinuses in the back of the throat at the same time. So we would do the neti pot first, and then we would gurgle. Okay. So after doing that, cleaning yourself up afterwards, now you're going to have some very, very clear sinuses. And then we just go back to this. Okay. This is a very, very helpful technique. If you really want to improve your meditations, you breathe through your left nostril, and you let the right nostril just be closed for a little bit. What you'll notice is as you do this a little bit more, even if it goes past 5 minutes, let's say 5 or 10 minutes, you will notice that your left nostril will actually start to open up a lot more, and the air will come a lot more clearly. Now, for me, naturally, my body wants to go to the right nostril quite a bit, so I'm working with the practice of Swara Yoga to helping in balancing that out quite a bit. So we want to make sure we're getting the left nostril stimulated before we meditate. Okay, guys, that's something you should be passing on to everybody. Like I said, it's kind of a secret technique, but I'm happy to share it today. This is now today meant to be public, right? Make sure that your left nostril is open and that you are breathing through your left nostril. Otherwise, you won't be able to meditate properly, okay? So when we're doing this, when we're here on the right nostril, right, for me, it's pretty clear because, like I said, my body mostly prefers the right nostril during the day and then the left nostril during the night. But basically, when we're doing that, we're trying to meditate, can't really do it. It's not really possible. It is extremely difficult for you to try and meditate when you have your right nostril open and your left nostril closed. Okay, you can't do it. The right nostril is all about the prana nadi, okay, the prana channel, otherwise known as the Pingala nadi, okay? And that's all about thought and analysis, practicality, everything. It basically keeps you more in the grounded mind, right? So we could say here, emotional mind, here, grounded mind, or again, just representing prana or energy. So when we're just stimulating the right nostril, and that's the only thing going in our nose, you're going to have a very, very difficult time to meditate. In fact, you won't be able to do it. It's very, very difficult. This is why people struggle. They struggle because they have too much energy from their prana, because they're constantly breathing in through their right nostril, and they can't relax themselves. They're fidgety. They're active. They're thinking. Their mind won't shut up, right? That's the monkey mind. The monkey mind is stimulated by the right nostril, okay? So this is why we're blocking the right nostril, and we're just breathing in and out through the left nostril. Okay, now this is very helpful in BCR technique as well too. So after you do a little bit of heart rate variability, you may decide to plug your nostril and start breathing into the left nostril for a few minutes, okay? And that is going to do some amazing stimulation for your right brain, and you're going to notice you're going to feel even more calmer, right? So we get calmer just through doing heart rate variability, and before that, doing our deep cleansing breaths. And if we want to go even deeper, we do this, okay? So you're plugging the right nostril, and you're just breathing in and out through the left nostril. You are stimulating the Ida nadi, or the moon channel, okay? Which is all about emotions, which is all about concepts, which is all about idea. It's kind of like the causal. You guys remember what I've talked about with the nature of the mind, about how it is formed, okay? So you have, again, like I said, the grounded mind, the base mind, and the base mind represents everything pertaining to thought. Thought, matter, right? Space, time, etc. That's the base of the mind. Then we go into the higher mind, and the higher mind is like the pericardium that's wrapped around the heart. It's like a membrane. Well, that's the higher mind, right? The higher mind is all about concept. It is about idea. It is about cause, right? That's the nature of it. And again, it's more into higher feeling as well, too. That's the causal plane. That's the Akashic records. The Akashic records are the membrane of the mind, okay? So they do not exist in the base. So what we're doing is we're stepping up to the higher mind. This is your golden ticket to the higher mind. Is just breathing through the left nostril. Brad, come on, that's too easy. That's how we're built, guys. That's how we're designed. That's how we're engineered. That's how our body is built. So when you start working with the left nostril, breathing in and breathing out, you're going to have much better meditations, okay? Our goal is to go into true meditation. So we may start off with just one pointed focus, and now we're just going into non-mind. Now I've talked about what's known as Antar Mona, okay? That's a meditation that you can also do online. There's YouTube videos for Antar Mona, okay? If you guys don't know how that's spelled, Antar is A-N-T-A-R. Second word is Mona, M-O-U-N-A. Antar Mona, which is Sanskrit meaning inner silence. Okay, we start doing that, and that's a very, very great practice. This is very common in Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga, they teach you about Pratyahara, which is the idea of sensory withdrawal. They teach you about using a simple practice, Antar Mona, where you're just being aware of your body, you're being aware of the sounds within your space, and you're being aware of the touch sensation. Finally, you're being aware of your thoughts, and you're just letting your thoughts come directly into your mind. You're not trying to cut off the flow. And a lot of us do this in meditation, is we cut off. We try and basically just close off our attempt to think, and that's wrong. You don't do that. We want to let the thoughts naturally come in. Like I said, it's like passing clouds, okay? Vipassana, yep, Vipassana is very similar to this as well, too. All you're doing in Vipassana is you're just witnessing yourself. You're just observing, right? You're observing the body, you're observing the mind, you're just keeping yourself as present as possible, okay? Antar Mona and Vipassana are somewhat similar in that degree. So that's good. If you're doing Vipassana, great. You're doing a very, very helpful technique as well, too. It's what the Buddha was all about. He taught Vipassana to everybody, okay? So Antar Mona is somewhat similar to the idea of Vipassana, but we're just letting the thoughts come in, and we're not attaching to any of them. We're not attaching to any thoughts. We're just watching them like passing clouds. And as you watch them for a few minutes, now you can just feel yourself releasing the thoughts as you go into the silent state, which is referred to as Antar Mona. Okay? That's another very, very powerful practice. So even if we have thoughts that are fundamentally negative, or even if we have thoughts that are fundamentally positive, we don't care. We're not attaching to them. We're just watching them like we would watch a television screen, and we're not attaching to them. There's no emotion. There's no involvement. There's no possessiveness. There's nothing of that nature. If it's something that's hideous, you're just watching it for what it is, right? If this is the thought, it's like all these tentacles and blah, 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 and spider legs and so forth. All right. I'm just watching it, and I'm not attaching to it. What happens to the thought? It naturally gravitates away because it has no anchor. It has nothing to attach to. So that spider leg, those tentacles, are just passing by. You're not attaching to it. You're just being the witness. You're being the uninterested spectator. As we do that, now we just start to go into a calm mind. We're going in a calm mind. Again, the left nostril is stimulated. The right brain is getting all of that prana, and it's getting active. And now we're noticing that we're becoming more and more still. So when you're working with the Ida Nadi, you're noticing that the entire mind is just getting more and more still. It takes about 5 or 6 minutes, right? Depending on the person. It could even take up to 10 minutes. But nonetheless, you're getting your right brain stimulated. And that is the ideal center that you want. That's the ideal that you want to be in when you're working together with meditation. Okay? So that's some tidbit of knowledge I wanted to share with you. So like I said, when we're doing BCR technique, if we want to include that, we certainly can. And then the key now is just to go into your space, go into your inner space, and you're creating your paradise. Okay? You know that I talk about this through the 30-day BCR technique challenge. Okay? You're just going in and you're creating a heart space, a heart-centered space. Everything that represents joy, happiness, love, purity, and perfection. Now, what I'm noticing with certain people when they've given me feedback is saying, yeah, Brad, I'm doing it for about 10 to 15 days, and I'm just noticing that I'm now just starting to get it, but in a few days, I just didn't feel like the love energy was that strong. And I said, well, you do not move forward with that day until your love energy is basically soaring through the roof. You want to make sure you're getting yourself completely calm. That is absolutely crucial in BCR technique. You have to be 100% calm. I'm not talking about 95, 90, 50%. No, 100% calm. The water should be completely still. And when you're relaxed, when you're calm, because we're stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, and now you know to start working together with the left nostril, now you're going to really feel that. And when you go into your inner space, it is truly going to be a paradise, because now your right brain is stimulated. And now you're moving much more into your emotional center. Like I said to guys who have a hard time going here, this is your answer. Okay? You want to practice that frequently, day by day. Okay? That's going to open up your heart center. Your heart center will open up by working with Ida Nadi. Okay? That's the idea. You go into the right brain. Because when you start stimulating yourself with Ida Nadi a lot more, your heart center is going to open, because you're going to become more emotional. Right? You're bringing the feminine into yourself. Very important. Okay, so that's the inner practices I wanted to share with you guys today. So the second thing we're going to do now is we're going to go into healing requests. Okay, so if you have a healing request for yourself, or if you have a healing request for another person, just feel free to put it in the chat. Just let me know what it is that you're dealing with. Okay, and we're going to do a special variation of the healing power today all together. All right. So again, guys, feel free to post that on the chat. And here's a donation from Rigo. Thank you, Rigo. I've been doing BCR technique and I'm healing in every way. This will be my 4th day in a row with you when you do it today. Okay, well, I'm not really doing it today. I'm just giving you guys a little bit of an example, right? Giving you guys just a little bit of a practice, and I'm giving you that extra tidbit now as you're able to work together with the left nostril, the Ida, all together, okay? So keep working with that, and now you have something new to add to it, and let me know how that goes, okay? So you can find the BCR technique Telegram group on my video description here. If you go down the list here, you'll see the actually, I think I should have it there. Okay, if I don't have it there, then I should probably put it in. Okay, but you can also run a search on Telegram for the BCR technique 30-day challenge, and you should find it. I will put that up on the description. I used to have it on my description. Not sure why it's not there now, but I'll add that here very shortly. But yeah, check it out. And like I said, you can always leave me feedback. You can always just drop me emails as well too. Let me know how the BCR technique is working for you. Also with the 30-day challenge, you can always leave comments in the videos. I know I'm not always responding to the comments, but one way or another, get a hold of me. And if you have any issues with the BCR technique, you can always contact me, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and move on to healing requests, distance healing. Okay, this one here is from Arlene. Arlene says, yes, my left heel and drum beats in muscles below knees. Thank you. Okay, so yes, Arlene, we'll work on that. So like I said, it's kind of a different variation we're going to do of the healing power today. So Arlene, what this is going to entail is I want you to synchronize your breath with mine. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to place our hands upon the center of our chest. With our eyes closed, we're just going to feel our heart now turning transparent. Okay, and you're going to see that little spirit light star in the center of your heart. And all I want you to do is I want you just to keep breathing in and out until that light encompasses your entire body. Okay, so inhale. As you inhale, you're making that light brighter and brighter. Exhale, and as you're exhaling that light, it's expanding the light, making it bigger and bigger. And we're just shrouding, we're just covering our body with that white spirit light in the heart. Okay, so let's do that. Inhale, making it brighter and brighter. Exhale, expanding it out, making it bigger and bigger. Inhale, exhale, And I want you just to keep doing it until you feel your body 100% covered by this light. So it's like you're seeing yourself with an aura. Okay? You're seeing a white spirit light aura just covering the outside area of your body, and the inside of your body is completely covered with this light as well too. Okay? So with that light covering you, Arlene, right now I just want you to think of the conflicts that you have right now, where you're talking about your left heel and the drum beats and the muscles below. Okay? I want you just to think of that right now. Okay, and we're going to repeat the following affirmation. Just repeat the following affirmation after me. I completely believe that the healing I shall receive will heal me. Okay? So now I just want you to be in sync with my breath. So I'm going to do my breath pretty loud here so you can hear it. Okay, we'll begin. Apply. Okay, Arlene, I want you to feel now all of that pain, all of that conflict completely leaving your body now. That as soon as you heard that snap, as soon as you heard me exhale, everything pertaining to that condition is now vanishing away. Because you are in sync with my breath, and as I am going to God, you are going to God at the same time. And as I snap my fingers, everything that represents the impermanence, conflict, troubles with your being vanishes. Okay? So now that we have done that, we're just going to bring the light back into our heart. Okay, so just take a deep breath in. And we're just using our hands, and we're just slowly exhaling, and we're bringing that light back into the heart. Okay? As we're doing that, we're just saying, God is making me better and better. 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 Putting all of that light back into the heart, back into the spirit light star, and seeing the heart returning back to normal. Okay? So thank you very much, Arlene. Blessings to you. You can feel free to post feedback if you like. Thank you again for volunteering. Appreciate it. Okay. So, this is for Shirley Q. Shirley Q says, healing for my friend, flu, aches, thank you. So as we're doing a distant healing now, I'm going to use kind of the old-fashioned technique as I was doing before. That's just for distance, okay? So if you guys are with me, then we're going to use the same version that you just saw. But for people who are at a distance, I'll be using the original version of the healing power, okay? So Shirley Q, you're welcome to send love energy to your friend in the background if you like. Now, I didn't get your friend's name, so I'll just refer to her as Shirley Q's friend. Okay. So I'll ask for Shirley Q's friend to be present with me, her higher self to be present with me at this moment, here and now. Okay. So I can feel her there. So again, you're saying that she has flu aches, no problem. So I'll be connecting to her higher self and just telling her higher self now to open up her heart, making her heart completely transparent, and just making that spirit light come in between the palms, getting bigger and bigger, brighter and brighter, brighter and brighter as we inhale, bigger and bigger as we exhale, brighter and brighter, bigger and bigger, brighter and brighter, bigger and bigger, brighter and brighter, bigger and bigger. Okay. And to her higher self, just connecting to that light now, representing the love, the trust, and the faith of the One. And we will now begin. And love and blessings to Shirley Q's friend, to her higher self. God is with you. Spirit is with you now, performing all of the healing, all of the helping, to assist in clearing away the aches, to bringing about a healthy transition for her body. Love and blessings to her. Thank you very much. Okay. So now we're going to bring all that light back in to her higher self. God is making me better and better. 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 Putting all that light back into the heart, back into the spirit light star, seeing that heart returning back to normal. Love and blessings. Thank you very much. Okay, great. Thank you, Shirley. And blessings to your friend as well. All right. So going down the list here. This one here is from Allison. Allison says, I have cataracts and glaucoma and would appreciate healing energy. All right. Thank you, Allison. So we're going to do the one I did earlier with Arlene. All right. So Allison, what I want you to do, just take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Get yourself nice and relaxed. Placing your hands upon the center of your chest. Closing your eyes. Tuning into your heart space now, tuning into the heart, seeing it turn transparent, seeing that spirit light star in the center, and placing our hands in prayer posture. And as we inhale, we're making that light brighter and brighter. As we exhale, we're making it bigger and bigger, so it covers our entire body, and you have that white light spirit aura. So inhale, making it bright. Exhale, expanding it, making it big. Inhale, making it bright. Exhale, making it big. Letting it cover the entire body and seeing yourself with that white light spirit aura. If you cannot see it all the way, that's okay. Just know that that white light aura is around you, and just know that your entire body is now covered with that white spirit light energy. Okay. Now we're just going to say the affirmation. You can repeat after me. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay? So again, Allison, you want to synchronize with my breath. Okay? So again, the microphone is close here. So just listen to my breath, and I just want you to synchronize with it as we go. Okay? Let's begin. Apply. Okay, Allison, so I just want you to tune in and just feeling a lot lighter now. Okay, feeling a lot more lighter, feeling a lot more floaty, feeling a lot more at peace, feeling a lot more at calmness. Okay, if you're feeling any of those particular forms of sensations and those states of being, then you've succeeded in this. Okay, so like I said, you can always go back, you can replay this, and just making sure that you're synchronizing with my breath completely as best as you can. Okay, and when I do that, apply, and I breathe out, that again is the trigger to bring about the healing of the condition that you're facing. All right? Thank you very much, Allison. Blessings to you. Okay. So this next one here is from Wasima. Wasima says, please can I have healing for blocked energies of grief? Thank you and bless you. Bless you too. Okay, yes, Wasima will be doing the same thing, just as I did with Allison. So just placing your hands upon the center of your chest, take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, placing your hands in prayer posture. Tuning into your heart right now with your eyes closed. Seeing the heart now turning transparent. Seeing the spirit light star directly in the center. And again, with our hands, just expanding that light, So as we breathe in, we're seeing it getting brighter. And as we breathe out, we're expanding our hands, making it bigger. Okay, so inhale, making it bright. Exhale, making it big. Continue this until you feel your entire body covered with that white spirit light, and you see that white spirit light aura. Again, if you cannot see it, just feel it, and know that your body is covered in that light, and that you are radiating that white light aura of spirit. Okay, and so with Seema, you can just keep your hands in prayer posture, or you can just place your hands on the center of your chest, up to you. And so again, just repeating the affirmation after me. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay? So with Seema right now, I just want you to synchronize your breath with mine as best as you can. Let's begin. Apply. Okay, so with Seema, just feeling again that lightness, that calmness, that floatiness just coming over you right now, feeling a lot more relaxed, a lot more in your center, feeling again that peacefulness that's just flowing through your entire being right now as you and spirit are one. Okay, I'm just the vessel that is facilitating this, but this is really between you and spirit. All right? So with Seema, if you're feeling that nice floaty sensation, this goes to the previous people that I worked with previously as well too. If you're still feeling that floaty feeling, okay, we want to just take it easy with ourselves today, right? We want to just give ourselves that 24 hours of recuperation time. You can still be active, but don't overdo it, okay? You're not running a marathon. You're not burning yourself out. You can be active, but just making sure that you're being delicate with the energy that you're receiving with spirit. The next 24 hours are this transitional time of healing altogether. All right? Love and blessings. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, we're going to take 3 more people. At the end of the broadcast, we'll do a group healing of the second version of the healing power. Okay? I'll just call it Healing Power version 2. Okay? So we're going to do Healing Power 2 at the end of the broadcast today on a group level, so you guys can join me with that. And again, like I said, it's just effective when you guys are witnessing this. If it's for somebody who's not witnessing this, I usually go to version 1 for them. Okay? So it's just for you guys for the group healing at the end of the broadcast. Okay, this one here is from Linda. Linda says, healing request for numbness and tingling in the feet. All right, no problem, Linda. We can do that. So, placing your hands, Linda, now upon the center of your chest. Taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. Making sure the spine is erect, nice and straight. Now placing your hands in prayer posture with your eyes closed. Looking at your heart now, seeing it turn transparent, seeing the spirit light star contained in the center of the heart. Taking a deep breath in. And out. Okay, now as you breathe in again, making that light brighter and brighter. Exhale, extending your hands, making that light bigger and bigger, extending it out. Okay, making your entire body covered with that light as it gets brighter and brighter with your inhale and bigger with your exhale. Now your entire body is covered with that white spirit light, and you're radiating that white spirit light aura. Okay. So as that is done, Linda, once again, will do the affirmation. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay? So Linda, just taking a moment now, you can put your hands either in prayer posture or keep your hands on your chest, whichever you prefer. But you're now going to work to synchronize your breath with mine. Let's begin. Apply. Okay, it is done. So Linda, just be aware of yourself, be aware of your body right now. I'm just getting high right now off doing all this healing work. So if you're feeling that floaty feeling, if you're feeling lighter, if you're feeling softer, if you're feeling more calm, you're feeling more relaxed, you're feeling more in your center, good. Any of those sensations will do. And that, again, is confirmation that you are successfully aligned with me, together with Spirit. Spirit is with you right now, taking care of all of those conditions. Within the next 24 hours, you're going to feel a major difference. Again, be delicate with yourself for these next 24 hours. And that goes for everybody as well today who's going to be doing the group healing with me. Delicate with yourself for the next 24 hours. If you're not delicate, don't do the healing with me. Okay, just go back to the recording when you're feeling that you're able to be delicate for 24 hours, and you can repeat that with me later on. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more, guys, and we're gonna go into Q&A. So just get your questions ready. If you guys do have some questions too for the cards today, you can just make sure you put that in the live chat. Okay, so next person is Mia. Mia says, I need to heal my thyroid gland. All right, so Mia, no problem. So just placing your hands upon the center of your chest, taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay. Now, making sure your spine is nice and erect, placing your hands in prayer posture with your eyes closed, connecting to your heart, seeing your heart turning transparent, seeing the spirit light star directly in the center of the heart. And now as we inhale, making that light brighter and brighter. As we exhale, extending out the hands, making the light bigger and bigger. Okay, so inhale, making it brighter. Exhale, making it bigger. Letting that spirit light cover your entire body. And again, seeing that spirit light aura radiating through your body now. Okay, and either with your hands back in prayer posture or with your hands on your chest, either is fine. And you can repeat the affirmation after me. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay. So Mia, just synchronizing with my breath now. Apply. It is done. Thank you, Mia. Blessings to you. So again, if you're feeling that lightness, that floatiness, that calmness, that relaxation, feeling a lot more softer, a lot more delicate, okay, any of those sensations will do. That again is the confirmation that you have successfully put your breath in sync together with mine, and that Spirit is working with you, and the healing process is now taking place. Within the next 24 hours, that healing process will be complete. So again, please be delicate with yourself, okay? Thank you very much, Mia. Okay, this will be the last personal healing. Then we're getting into some questions. And like I said, if you're just tuning in, I'll be doing a group healing at the end of the broadcast. Okay. Okay, this one here is from C Joy. C Joy says, please fix my thyroid so I'll stop gaining weight. Okay, well, let's not worry so much about the outcome, okay? Sometimes we think it's just because of one gland, but it's not, C Joy, okay? There's a multitude of different things to why we're gaining weight, okay? A lot of it is emotional. Like I said, when we're actually gaining weight, yeah, there's certain issues with the body that we need to take care of, but a lot of it is emotional and mental conflicts. Okay, if we are basically having a difficult time losing weight, it's because we are tethered to mental and emotional conditions that are preventing us from losing weight because we have such a high demand upon our body. And it's like a tractor beam. That tractor beam is just keeping all of that weight, all of that excess in the body because of your mental and emotional conditions. All right, so we want to work to clear those out. But yes, we'll work together with the thyroid today for you, C Joy, okay? So I'll just call you C. So C right now, just placing your hands upon the center of your chest, taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay. Now placing your hands in prayer posture, making sure your spine is erect. Tuning into your heart right now, seeing your heart turn transparent. Seeing the spirit light star directly in the center of the heart. Taking a deep breath in, inhale. Making that light brighter and brighter. And exhale, like parting your hands. As you exhale, making that light bigger and bigger. Okay? So let it cover every part of your body from head to toe. And letting that white spirit light radiate as your aura. Okay? And once that's done, placing your hands either in prayer posture or you can put them back on your chest. And you can repeat the affirmation after me. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay. So again, C, just make sure you're in sync with my breath. We'll begin now. Apply. Okay, see? So again, if you're feeling relaxed, you're feeling calm, you're feeling centered, you're feeling floaty, you're feeling light, you feel like maybe your skin's buzzing, your hands are tingling, your fingers are tingling, right? Any of those sensations, any one of them, is confirmation that you are successfully in sync together with my breath so that you and spirit can work together, okay? So like I said, spirit is now working together with you. So again, be delicate upon yourself for the next 24 hours. Okay, thank you guys for volunteering, for your requests. Like I said, tune in at the end of the broadcast. We'll do a group healing as well too. Now we're going to go ahead and get into some questions. So again, if you guys do have some questions for me, if you do have questions specifically for the cards, you can let me know that as well too, just in the chat, and we can do some card readings as well. Just make sure, guys, no personal questions, okay? Make sure your questions are semi-personal or general in nature. If you want personal questions, that's best for the private sessions that I do or for the group Q&A sessions on Patreon, okay? One of those two. All right, so let's just go down the list here. Let me just go ahead firstly and switch to live chat. There we go. Okay, so I'll go down the list. And again, hello everybody. Happy holidays to you. Happy Easter. Like I said, we're always kind of iffy about official holidays, but like I said, just make the holiday your own. Give it your own love. Give it your own blessings. That's where you make it special. That's where you make every day special. It's through your own love and through your own blessings. Okay. So just give me a moment here, guys. I'm just going down the list. Marla says, when will the next Earth meditation be? I'll probably do that next week. Okay, now here's an announcement as well too. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the broadcast. I will not be doing New Earth Insights next week. Okay, I'm just going to be taking a week off from New Earth Insights, but the following week afterwards, New Earth Insights will be back. Okay, so there will be no New Earth Insights this Thursday. Okay, but there will be New Earth TV Live on Friday. But I'm just taking a week off from the New Earth Insights, and then I'll be back the week after with the next episode of New Earth Insights. Okay, so just give it a bit of a, just under a 2-week gap here, and I'll come back with that one. Okay, so Earth meditation next week. Now, Marla, if you want an Earth meditation in the meantime, just go to my previous New Earth TV lives, okay? You can just continue to do those same Earth meditations I've done. They're still very effective, right, for anybody who continues to do them. Just as you're waiting for the next one, just work with the previous ones in the meantime, okay? Thank you. All right. Okay, just going down the list here. Okay, here's one here from Andrew. So I think we're actually going to do the cards with this one. Okay, Andrew says, can you please ask your guide? Well, basically just asking the cards. Don't have guides, guys. I go right to spirit, okay? I'm past the guide phase, right? I don't work with those anymore. For the origins and the intentions of the half-human, half-snake being Enki. Enma, okay? So there's 2 beings there. So let's just stick with Enki for now, okay? So we'll just stick with Enki and just in the intentions pertaining to Enki, right? So I believe this is just going into Sumerian texts, right? The ancient texts pertaining to the Sumerians with the god known as Enki, right? And the intentions behind Enki. So what was his intentions? What was Enki all about? Let's see what the cards have to share about that. Okay, so what am I getting from Enki? He is actually quite benevolent, all right? There's a benevolence, and now he basically held a particular power, and there's actually much more of a feminine energy to Enki. Like I said, I haven't done too much research with the Sumerians, so I'm not too sure if Enki is actually female, but it feels like there's some feminine energies here as we look at the Queen of Pentacles. So there's a position of power that Enki held, but from what I'm getting here, Enki was actually quite positive. He was not, he or she, was not really a tyrant from what I'm seeing here. Now, basically, Enki had a lot of drive, right? Had a lot of determination, right? So it feels like to me here, this is kind of the situation surrounding Enki. He was just very, very, I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure if I'm talking about a he or a she. But basically, Enki itself was very, very driven. It was kind of like the idea of like not to be trifled with. That was kind of the energy. Enki had a particular benevolence to Enki, but there was also that kind of feeling of not to be trifled with. So this is the idea that Enki was very powerful with his or her actions, okay? Behind the scenes, like I said, Enki brings about a lot of benevolence, so I'm not too sure what it's saying in the Sumerian texts, because I haven't really dabbled into them. I've peeked at them here and there. But basically, there's a lot of benevolence surrounding Enki. It feels like he or she was very, very generous to the people, okay? So I think he was also helping a lot of the Sumerians at the time, right? Really kind of helping them to gather themselves to move forward in a much more positive way, okay? So that's the feeling I'm getting here with Enki altogether, right? So whatever the Sumerian texts are saying, if it's saying that Enki is somewhere horrible or something of that nature, that's not what I'm getting, okay? So I'm looking at something a lot more benevolent pertaining to the Enki energy, all right? Thank you, Andrew, for your question. Okay. So here's one from VW Girl. I may have to rephrase some of your stuff here because I'm not too sure about what you're fully seeing. But Brad, when do you foresee the threats about coming starvation, planned chicken calls? I'm not too sure about that to end. I think we'll just focus around the idea of starvation, okay? When are we foreseeing the threats regarding starvation? Now, the whole idea is Janine and I actually talked about this, and we'll get into your question here in a second. But it's not being as bad as people are making it out to be, guys. Like, I've looked into this, Janine has looked into this, and the idea of the shortages are controlled. Okay, they are manufactured shortages because this is part of the Life movie. This is not leading into a worldwide crisis where the entire world is starving. It's not going to come to that. Okay, these are, again, just alerts. When we look at the Life movie, they're basically just starting to flash at an amber alert to even a red alert. But they're only doing this to get people to get off their duffs, right? To basically take action, to work together. It's all an attempt to unify the people. That's what this Life movie is all about. So there will be manufacturing of shortages. There will be manufacturing of financial crisis. There will be manufacturing of restrictions. There will be manufacturing of all of these events taking place upon the planet because it's all a part and parcel of getting people to unite together under tragedy. Remember what I've said. Through tragedy, births unity. That's the entire intention behind the Life movie, okay? But we'll look at the idea of shortages or starvation in that particular way, and we'll see what is ahead for that, okay? Here we go. So ask the tarot right now, what is the momentum of energies behind the shortages as well as starvation upon the planet right now? And when is that planning to end? When is that planning to get finished? Okay. Okay. Yeah, it looks like the tarot is just confirming from what I was sharing here, okay? So when we're looking at the past, right, this is all authority driven. This is something that is controlled. This is a manufactured event taking place pertaining to starvation or shortages in that way. This is all part of behind the scenes authority that are manufacturing these things as a means to try and get people to wake up, to unify, okay? When we're looking at the present moment, okay, we're looking at greater changes taking place. We're looking at new beginnings. We're looking at new pairings. We're looking at new opportunities. We're showing this to the world so that the world can now start to look after itself. This is the most important thing, guys. We're still not trying to dump all of our power on the government and thinking that the government is going to bail us out or authorities are going to bail us out. This is helping people to take the world into their own hands and start working together innovatively, and start unifying and start coming up with new people-powered organizations, right? Just like we had the Freedom Convoys and all of that. New groupings coming together to assist and help humanity. If there's starvations, then there's probably going to be some groups that are going to come together. They're going to help people out. They may have open kitchens. They may, again, have food vans or anything of that nature. There's new innovations, new opportunities, new growth for the world to come together pertaining to this. This is why these things are happening. They're trying to open up a new opportunity of how we live, rather than relying so much on supply and demand by those very corporations that we know we don't like. Okay? So again, this is a spun illusion. The idea of massive shortages, it will only happen in a controlled pace. It's a controlled pace pertaining to the idea of food shortages or anything of that nature. Yes, there's certainly starvation upon the world. I'm not counting that. But this is more so looking into the idea of the shortages pertaining to what's happening right now. Okay? It's an illusion. It's basically just things that are controlled, and it needs to help to make an impact. Okay? So this is counterforce operated, guys. Who's responsible for these shortages events? The counterforces are, not the dark hats. Okay? They basically took one of their plans and rearranged it so that they are doing it in a certain way so that people will stand up, they'll get mad, they'll get angry, and say, you know what, I'm going to start taking this on my hand. I'm going to get a food van. I'm going to get a kitchen open, and I'm going to help people, and I'm going to get things going here. And we're going to learn to take care of ourselves. Yes. You get it. You get it. You get it. We're learning to take care of ourselves. That's why all these things are taking place. There needs to be less reliance on all these governments and corporations trying to think that they're going to be the responsible ones to feed you. You have to start working with yourselves. You need to start working with people-powered organizations, making them happen, getting soup kitchens open, getting food vans open, making yourself available for food, helping people out, right? This is the key here, okay? Near future, this is really going to empower us. This is going to strengthen us big time. So we're going to have a lot more strength coming together here within the next little while, between now and about the next 3 months, okay? This is the long-term future, okay? This is a strategy, and that looks like the strategy is going to be put together where there's going to be more benefit, okay? There's a strategizing, there's a new plan. We're taking down the old pillars, and we're letting something new come birthed out of this. People are supposed to be pissed off, okay? That's why this whole movie is happening. It's not a happy-go-lucky merry-go-round movie, okay? It's a movie that's going to shock you to your core, and you say, I've had enough of this frigging government. I've had enough of these frigging corporations. I'm going to work together with my soul tribe, and we're going to make a difference. That's it. That's the nature of the soul tribe. That's what we're here to do, okay? So as far as poverty and starvation across the world, it's going to be a little bit longer before we get that fully settled, because we're still learning how to get ourselves settled first. So basically, I'm feeling that as we start to move into 2023, 2024, we'll see a lot more of that being tackled. Right now, we have to get ourselves in order because so many people are in chaos right now. They don't understand what is actually trying to be shared through this life movie, and all they're doing is panicking and fearing, and then they want to argue, and then they want to fight, and that's just division upon division. The tragedy is meant to unify people, to find your soul tribes, and that's where you want to spend your time, is go to your soul tribes. Go to the people who you connect with. Go to people who you feel are in resonance with, right? And those are the ones you want to work together. Those are the groups you want to put together to helping out further, okay? Thank you very much, VW Girl. Okay. So just give me a moment here, guys. I'm just going through the questions here. Okay, I kind of lost my spot here. Okay, so again, guys, there's some questions here that I'm seeing that have already been answered during my session with Janine. Okay, so go back to what Janine and I were talking about. Okay, I'm just seeing some repeat questions of what we've already tackled. Okay, I'm trying to find some questions right now that we have not really tackled. All right. Okay. So Corinne, I could basically answer your question right off the bat, but I'll let the cards speak for themselves. Okay, this is from Corinne's question. Will the World Economic Forum succeed with their new world order? When will they be exposed? Okay, I could answer it right off the bat right now, but I'll let the cards speak for themselves. Okay, so World Economic Forum pertaining to their order, will it succeed? And let's kind of look at that first, all right? Okay, so this is representing their past, right? They've had plans. They've had plans, and they've wanted to try and institute a lot of these plans all together, and this is in the past. This is going back several months. This even goes before their exposure altogether or their infiltration. They wanted to rule the world with an iron fist, right? So they certainly had those plans in the past. In the past, everything that you guys have been hearing about what they have attempted to do is true. Right? That was, in that sense, their own intention of what they're doing. And yes, they are directly linked to the dark cult. Okay, they are directly linked to the dark cabal, the Khazarian mafia in that way. It's just a branch of them. Okay, but in regards to where they're going right now, it looks like their whole gears have changed. Everything pertaining to them has changed, and now they're just part of the movie. It just feels like the movie has now taken over. And it looks like the idea of the World Economic Forum is going to be shifting, is going to be changing. It may even be re-implemented into something else. So basically, it's playing itself out through the movie right now, orientating itself as people have seen it, But we're going to be seeing some dramatic turnarounds pertaining to the devil, right? It's going to be exposing itself. It's going to be exposing itself. Everything pertaining to its plans is going to be put on halt. And we are going to move away completely from anything that represents their agendas. Like I said, they may even be reformatted. They may move into something completely different. There may even be a name change in that way. But everything pertaining to them, these are just one of the tentacles, you could say, of the dark cult. Okay? So yes, they have had certainly some sinister plans, right? This was their sinister plans, but this is what's also being said, is that it's going to be put on halt. Everything that they are doing is going to be put away on halt, and we are going to be moving away. We are going to be reaching higher ground, away completely from the World Economic Forum. So they're just basically given the stage right now to spew out all of their plans. That's the whole idea. They're trying to piss you guys off. That's what they're trying to do. And if we haven't got pissed off enough, then they'll do some more stuff until you guys are outraged and say, let that stupid ship of the WEF sink. And now that's exactly what's going to happen. Okay? They're doing all this stuff to really stir the pot. This is what this Life movie is all about, guys. This is why it's a B movie. It's a B movie because it's meant to stir the pot. It's meant to get you guys excited, angry, ecstatic about just wanting to see these guys fall apart. And that's what's going to happen. Okay? They're playing out their plans right now. So I'd say between now and the next 3 to 4 months, we're going to see their sick ship sink. It's a bit of a tongue twister there. Their sick ship sink altogether. So that's the plan. That's how things are right now. But they're just being given the platforms through their MSM, through their alternate streams and all that way about what they're planning to do. It has to be exposed. We cannot move forward into a new earth when these guys are still in hiding and they're still trying to use clandestine strategies to create more psyops. No, they have to be completely exposed, right? You have to see the wolf in sheep's clothing completely. You got to rip it right off them so that they're completely exposed so everybody sees it. So that's their whole strategy right now, is just to let them continue to spew their garbage until the point where the people just boil over and say, we've had enough of these guys and they're done and we're not going to cooperate with anything that they plan. That's what's going to make the change. Okay? It's what this bad B movie does. It's how it is. All right? Okay, I got a couple of contributions, but dumb YouTube is not letting me see it here. I'm seeing it up on my chat. But here it is now. Okay. Okay, this one here is from Aspiring Alchemist. Timing on manipulation over silver being lifted. I really don't know what you mean, Aspiring Alchemist. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? Okay. Timing on manipulation over silver being lifted. Manipulation over silver being lifted. I'm not too sure what you mean. So, Aspiring Alchemist, please give me a follow-up on that. Okay. What do you mean? And I'll get back to you on that. Okay. Okay, here's one from Rigo. Rigo says, is the Ark of Gabriel real? So let's just look at that part first. Okay. Is the Ark of Gabriel real? Let's see. The Ark of Gabriel. So after this, guys, I'm just going to go to the bottom of the chat. Okay, if I didn't get to your question, just copy and paste it. It's just easier for me to go down to the bottom of the chat just so I can see everybody's question there. All right, everybody's questions there. All right. Okay, so is the Ark of Gabriel real? Okay, so yes, it certainly is very real, okay, but I feel like it's been moved around. I feel like it's had different locations throughout the ancient past as well, too. This is representing the past card, right? So my feeling is that this has been something that's been kept under very, very tight security, so to speak, very tight guardianship, and it's been moved from different locations, okay? So It represents something very, very beautiful, something that's almost otherworldly to it. It represents almost like a bottling of pure consciousness within it. Okay, the Ark of Gabriel is something truly otherworldly in that way, and that's exactly what this card is saying here. It's otherworldly. It's certainly not of this world, but it was something that was given to humanity, okay, at some point for us to use that will bring about a greater prosperity. Okay, so it's very, very real, but it is otherworldly. Okay, and there's also an effect that you get from it when you're working with the Ark of Gabriel as well too. It may bring a youthening effect. It may actually start to perfect your body at the same time. But it requires a purity of thought, purity of intent, purity of being, that it can actually help to bring you back into, I wouldn't say immortality, but it can certainly work together with longevity, okay? But a lot of this has been kept secret, so they're not really specifying where it is right now, okay? It would just be too much of a pain if they tried to divulge where this ark is currently. So this has to be kept secret as to not cause any problems, as not to cause any detriment for its usage in the times ahead. Okay, so the idea of its location now has to be kept a mystery. Okay, that's basically what the cards are saying to me. Thank you, Rigo. It's a good question. All right. Okay, so like I said, I'm just going to go to the bottom of the chat, guys. So like I said, you can just repost your questions here at the bottom. Okay. Okay, here's from Aspiring Alchemist. Silver price is being held down from reaching its full value by the cabal bankers. It should be way higher in value or price than it is now. Wondering manipulation of price. Okay, great. That makes sense. Thank you. Thank you, AA. I'll just call you that. That makes a lot more sense because I just wasn't getting it from what you were showing before. That's much more great clarity. Thank you for that. All right, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at silver prices right now. So just wondering when it will be going way higher up in value, right? When will silver be going way up? Because it is being manipulated by the cabal. All right, let's take a look. Okay, I think it's actually being held in that way from the counterforces, not the cabal, okay? I think the counterforces are doing that in a way. So I'm not really seeing here anything in this reading about the dark forces at all. We don't have anything pertaining to like the devil or anything of that nature. This is counterforce, right? The counterforces are doing that, and I think the reason why they are doing that, right? So we have the Queen of Wands here, is so that people will have an opportunity to get silver at a much more lower rate as this new financial system starts to roll out. So you're right, it has certainly gone down in value, but I believe this is intentional. This is intentional for people to acquire silver while it's at a low rate, so that when the kicking in of the financial system that becomes resource-backed, it will actually start to go up in value, okay? It's actually doing us a favor right now. This is the good thing. The counterforces are actually doing a favor pertaining to this, right? So this is, again, going to give us a lot of abundance. We're going to be able to invest in the idea of the silver at a low rate because there will be a cutoff point where it will start to spike up again a lot more, okay? So this is actually a very good thing. It's very good that the value is low. This has nothing to do with the dark cabal whatsoever, okay? This is us moving into a new time where, like I said, there's going to be some resource-backed currency. Now, as I've always talked about, for those of you guys who still just have fiat currency as well, don't worry, right? Your money will be transferable into the systems that will be coming, okay? Whether you decide to invest in silver right now, it might be a good idea because, again, like I said, there's going to be some resource-backed currency coming forward. But everything here that I see is very positive. It is not touched by the dark cabal at all. Not one bit, period. This is counterforce, okay? So the counterforces are coming in, and they are purposely making silver cheap so that you can buy it right now, then later on it'll spike up, okay? That's kind of the feeling I'm getting here from the cards. So that's very, very good. That's a big favor, right? So if that's something that you feel gravitating towards, then there you go. Here's your opportunity to invest in that stuff at an affordable rate before it does spike, because it will be spiking here very soon, all right? Thank you very much, AA, for your question. Okay. So here's one here from Bella's Mama. Bella's Mama says, do you see any mass wake-up in Canada anytime soon? Oh, God, please, LOL. I need it so badly. Well, again, the funny thing is that Janine and I have talked about this. We were talking about it in our last broadcast, okay? They're basically just doing it. They're waiting for Trudeau or Castro Jr. to basically spike things up to the degree where the military will therefore intervene. It needs to be at red alert. Right now, we're kind of at orange alert right now. So it's very, very close. But yes, we're certainly getting close to that time. But I'll look into the cards, see what the cards have to share for you. It's not just Canada, though, Bella's Mama. The entire world is waking up, okay? It doesn't look like it is. This is the funny thing. A lot of people don't think that the world is waking up. Guys, you are mistaken with that. People are waking up, okay? People are dramatically waking up. They're basically getting unplugged. They're unplugging themselves from the system, and it's happening more and more every day. I'm seeing it all over the place. Okay? Do not think that what's happening right now is not getting us anywhere. It most definitely is. It is shaking people awake. So this, again, is all part of what it's meant to do. It's all part of it. Through tragedy comes unity, right? So let's take a look at that through the cards now. Is there a mass awakening looking to happen in Canada here in the short times ahead? Okay. According to the cards, the flip has already happened. Everything pertaining to Canada going through changes is already taking place. This has been happening for a while now. I think it was even just before the times of the Freedom Convoys. Okay, everything has already flipped. Everything is already in process, right? Everything's already taking place as it needs to. Everything is in motion right now, and we are going to see not just a massive awakening in Canada, but a massive awakening all over the world, right? It's already been happening. It's been happening now for quite some time, okay? It's a renewed sense of self. We're going to start seeing a lot more. Yes, I know, Brad, there's sleepers. You know, my mom's asleep, my dad's asleep, the neighbors across my street are still asleep. Well, again, they're only going to be asleep up until a certain amount of time because there will be more and more of these extremes coming together where you can't ignore it. Even if they are trying to just put together an opinion or they're trying to present themselves in a certain way, behind the scenes, they're really concerned about all these times. I haven't met anybody who is not concerned about these times. Even the normies, right? I'm still walking by them and I hear talking about it all the time. Oh, the vaccine, screw this stupid thing and blah, 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 right? And these are just everyday people. People are seeing it, right? Oh, we're tired of all this stuff and I want it to end. I'm hearing it more and more and more as I just walk across, or I walk down the street and just hear people talk, right? Seeing it on social media, seeing it all over the place. People are waking up. This is a very, very good thing. But again, like I said, this is just all part of letting the tools, the role players, I should say, in the movie, step over to a certain degree of extreme. That's where the military comes in, and that's where basically we're seeing a grand change. So like I said, 2022 is all about this. I've talked about the end of April, where there's going to be a lot more of a lightening down and a dumbing down of the COVID. And we're seeing that in Canada, of course. It's not fully gone, but it certainly has lightened up. Many other countries, we're seeing it starting to lighten up a lot more. Okay, so I believe that's what the cards were telling me before the end of April. We're seeing a lightening up of COVID. It may not be 100% gone, although I was certainly feeling that it was. But it's basically being lightened up, so that's good. But there's still another phase that we have to get. It's kind of like what I was saying at the very beginning of the year as well, too. Either we'll see COVID completely gone, or we'll see it taking another particular form. And it looks like the latter is what's happening. We're seeing a lot of it being diminished, but it's taking another form. And that too needs to be taken down at the same time. So again, intervention, help, assistance is here. This is all part of a very big cosmic plan that is taking place. Like I said, the counterforces, the human guardians, the cosmic administration, they're the ones that are helping Canada, America, Canadians, everybody, just all across the entire planet with the counterforce ground crew, letting them know this is what we got to do. Once this is basically out to the point where everything gets into the red, into the extremes, Now the next phase can come together. We're still in the current phase right now, and we're still working together. We're getting closer. The needle's starting to point, but we're still in that current phase where we're not quite at red alert yet. We're just kind of at an orangish red, right? But we're not even fully at red alert yet. So very soon, yes. So I feel like it's probably going to be, we may get into the summertime, right? So probably summertime, late fall, in that way. We just have to kind of keep updating. We have to say, I don't want to give any iron dates here, because even when I've given iron dates, like even when I've looked into the end of April, right, I'm kind of kicking myself because that's still an iron date, right? So I don't want to keep giving you guys iron dates and giving you guys hopium, because that's not what this is about. Like I said, it's true that we have seen some significant changes pertaining to the COVID situation that has arrived before the end of April, but we're not seeing it completely gone yet. And that's basically confirming my second theory of the idea of COVID, is that a lot of it will be taken down, but it's going to try and take another form. And that's what they're trying to do. So my second theory is actually more correct than my first. So anyways, let's go down the list here a bit more. Yeah, Stacy says, is the White House going to be demolished? I think that they're putting it off, but they certainly have been putting like a lot of the concrete barriers around the White House. They were getting everything ready for a particular type of demolition, but I think they're putting it off. I think they're just waiting for the idea that they have to wait till they get the go-ahead before that White House is demolished, but I think it might still take a little bit more time, right? We look at these things and we kind of sense, oh, okay, it looks like this is about to happen. We may actually start to see the White House demolished, because there's videos showing that they're bringing like these gigantic concrete pillars. They were doing a lot of construction inside the White House. All of this spelled the signs pertaining to the idea of demolition, right? Demolition was basically very, very obvious. They haven't done anything yet. So my guess is it's still something that's kind of just propped up there, waiting for the right moment. There's also talk about the idea that the Biden administration may be removed by the end of the year. Again, I'm not putting any guarantees on these things, but basically there's a high momentum of energy that the Biden administration will be removed before the end of the year, and that there may be a new presidency coming together as we go into 2023. So we'll see. I'm not going to put any feather in the hat guarantees of that, but these are just momentums that are coming forward. All right. Okay, yeah, Bella's mama says COVID obsession changed into Russia obsession. Russia and Ukraine, yep, exactly. This is what I'm talking about. It's changing form, right? So like I said, this is my second theory. My second theory wasn't very popular for myself. First theory is, yeah, we'll probably see COVID completely gone. Or we could see it take another form and still last a little bit long, but it'll be lightened up from that point on. And so it's, like I said, getting into my second theory here, which is unfortunate. I would have liked to see my first theory come out, but second theory it is. Okay, so we're going to take one or two more questions, guys, and we're going to do the group healing. Okay. For Alyssa, don't worry about NATO. Okay, NATO itself is just all part of the movie, right? There's concerns. The question is, will Finland join NATO? Like basically, before I look at the reading, try not to concern too much about NATO. NATO is just part of a prop in this movie. Their power really is not as strong as we think it is. Okay, it's just all part of a dark cult, and like I said, the majority of the dark cult have already been infiltrated, and a lot of their things are basically just being puppeted right now to play out with this life movie. But we'll take a quick look at that. Will Finland join NATO? Okay, you guys are pretty informed, right? You're just getting really on the ball with these things. Brad, what about this? What about this? Oh, you got some informed questions here. We got some true fact checkers, I'll refer to them, not the fake ones. All right, let's take a look. Will Finland join NATO? Okay. So like I said, this is all part of dark cult, right? The idea of NATO itself is dark cult. So if they do join in that sense, it's all part of the plan, right? So this is kind of the current situation. There's talk about it. So there's talk about the idea of Finland wanting to join NATO, but I don't think it'll pan out in the way that they want. This feels like this is just all part of the movie. It feels like something else is looking to unfold here. And I think the idea of what's happening with Russia right now is that they're going to have a mega impact upon the world stage that is going to shift the world altogether. And I've been getting these constant questions like that and saying, oh, Brad, you know what? Putin's evil. And he's got like malevolent ETs around him, and he's basically under these shadow beings and evil. And if Putin reigns supreme, then we'll basically have the new world order and all that stuff. And no offense, guys, but it's the complete and total opposite from what I was getting. All right. So the advice pertaining to Finland joining NATO, don't buy too much into the hype, okay? This is something that's talked about a lot, but like I said, whatever you're hearing from the media, try not to believe into it too much because, like I said, nothing is for sure relating to all these things. So it's certainly talked about, and even if it did happen, it really wouldn't go anywhere, and it's much more of a parody than anything else, a farce, all right? The idea of NATO as an entity in that sense doesn't even feel real. They're much more of a puppet than anything else. To me, it feels like the counterforces already are pulling the strings with the idea of the NATO organization altogether, okay? So try not to put too much energy. Everything that you look at, guys, grain of salt, just like I talked about when I was talking to Janine, all right? Okay, guys, we're going to take one more question, then we're going to go into healing. So let's see if I can find a really good one to end on. Okay, I think we'll end with Bella's mama's question here about what do the cards say about the 2022 midterm elections in U.S.? Will they be fooled around with again? French election on... Okay, that's too many elections, Bella. Let's just stick with one, okay? Let's just stick with the midterm U.S. elections and see what's being said there. Okay. Make sure, guys, when you ask one question, just ask one question, not like 10 or 20 of them. Just one question per person, okay? All right, or one question each for through your paragraph. All right, so let's take a look here. What do the cards say about the 2022 midterm elections with the U.S.? Are they going to be fooled around with again? So what will the 2022 midterm elections for the United States look like? Okay, let's see here. It looks like it's going to be going in a very positive direction, okay? So whatever's happening in the midterm elections, it looks like it's moving forward in a good, positive way, okay? When we get to the past of it, yeah, it looks like we're going to see some togetherness. I don't think it's going to be filled with shenanigans as it was before, okay? So it looks like there's a big effort, a big concentration that they've been working on for quite some time regarding the midterm elections, right? Now, I know people get disappointed before, so even with what I share here with the cards, guys, still take with a grain of salt, right? Everything can change, but we're just looking at it right now and seeing what comes together. Okay, so is this hopeful or fearful? It feels like it's a lot more hopeful, okay? It feels like there's some strong hopefulness coming together, that there is a plan where they're going to be taking down the Biden administration, okay? So that's the goal right now anyways. Okay, so in the present moment, like I said, there's build-up, there's strength, there's working together to achieve that goal, to basically taking down this administration. But they've only allowed that Biden administration to be in the position that it is, so that they could therefore take advantage of basically slandering that administration and burying it deeply into the ground. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune shows the idea of the situation of the present moment. Things are about to flip. Things are about to switch. Okay. So it may even come, there's an opportunity, a possibility, that it may come even sooner. But we'll see. I feel like they still are trying to gear towards the midterms, but there may be some situations that unfold where we may see it a little bit quicker coming together. Okay, so plans are in the work. There's new shifting, right? We're moving. They're basically exposing a lot of the lies. They're exposing, in that sense, the incompetency, the ignorance, the arrogance pertaining to the Biden administration altogether. They're taking advantage of that. They're slandering them and saying, how much more can you guys take, right? We just throw all this gigantic pile of turd on top of you. How long are you guys going to continue to take? How long are you guys going to be able to withstand it before you guys completely buckle under the pressure? And when you guys buckle, that's when we swoop in and we take charge here and we change things over. So this is representing the near future, okay? So energy is in action. It's going to be a lot more shift. There's going to move more into the idea of conclusions, right? Conclusions are coming together. To me, it feels like this is the last legs pertaining to the Biden administration, okay? So here we go with justice. So it looks like there's karmic retribution pertaining to the idea of the Biden administration, right? They've been on the radar for far too long. They've been on borrowed time for far too long. It looks like justice is about to catch up with them, okay? And finally, in the behind the scenes, in the near future. They're just rolling things out. They're still trying to just get everything together in place. They're arranging everything so that when the time comes, the trapdoor is set and they can take it together. But right now, they're still just arranging everything. Everything needs to play out right now as it needs to. And in the near future, they will hit a balance point. And then that's when the next phase of the movie comes together. Okay. But as I'm looking at 2022, guys, a lot of this stuff is going to continue right up to the end of the year. And I know that's not what you guys want to hear. Brad, how long is this movie going to last? It's going to go right up to the end of the year, at least. Okay. So there's still a lot more stuff. There's still a lot more shenanigans that need to be played out. There's still a lot of things that need to be brought out into the open. We've only just seen the tip of the iceberg now, guys. If you think that what we've seen right now is bad, you haven't seen anything yet. Okay? We have a lot more stuff to roll out. This is why this whole plan of 2022 being the year of action and the year of justice and the year of healing is taking place. Then we go into 2023, which represents the year of reset and revaluation. Okay? That's going to have some interesting knots to it as well, too. But believe it or not, these are actually the times that are actually much more positive. Even though all these things are happening, it's actually a very, very positive year so far. Now, again, it's not been made to look like that. It's been made to think that this has been a tragedy. This has been a travesty of the year. Not from what I'm seeing. And I can only give my perspective here, guys. But from what I'm seeing altogether pertaining to everything that's taken place, this is wonderful news. Because this is seeing the cabal itself being completely taken down. But they will spin stories. They will manipulate everything. They will, again, just spread lies from rooftops through the MSM, telling you that what's happening between Russia and Ukraine right now is so absolutely horrible. Well, it's absolutely horrible for them, that's for sure, because they're being taken down. What we refer to as the old regime or the NWO or whatever you want to call them, they're dying. They are completely dying. But they will never ever admit to you guys that they're dying. They will always tell you that we will always reign with an iron fist. We will always be strong. We will always be here, even though at the behind the scenes, behind the curtain that's constantly shuffling around, they're on their last legs and they are near death. They cannot last another year. Simple as that. They will not be able to last another year from now. So this is why I say that probably around the end of 2022, we'll see the great majority of them in the grave as part of what they have created on this planet. Okay, so that's basically just all I'm feeling right now. Brad, can things change? Yes. But nonetheless, that's what I'm seeing right now. They're trying so desperately to try and stay alive right now. But their resources are being taken away from them. Their manpower is being taken away from them. Their idea of trying to BS people and try to manipulate people so that they can stay in power, all of that's being taken away. So like I said, they're really hanging on by a thread right now. And we've seen that intensely throughout the 2022 year, right? Just like what we've seen with the rallies, like what we've been seeing with the freedom convoys, like what we've been seeing in that sense of people standing up and just completely dismantling the idea of COVID. And now they're trying to, again, work with, use the Russia-Ukraine ploy, right? All part of trying to deceive you guys to make you feel, oh my God, they're attacking an innocent country. No, guys. The Ukraine, I'm not talking about the innocent civilians there, but the Ukraine itself has been a nest for them. They have laboratories, they have traffic ring circles involving little ones, and they're everywhere. Everywhere. It is more concentrated in the Ukraine than any other country. It's more concentrated than Australia is. That's how bad the Ukraine is. Okay? Not in regards to the innocent people, but in regards to what that country has been used for and its history as Khazaria. Okay? I've done a video on this in the past relating to the end of Khazaria. Okay, it was a New Earth Insight special. If you have not seen that video, please go watch it. Okay? This is basically seeing the Khazarian Empire fall apart for good. And that's what's happening. It's a clean sweep. Everything that's taking place on the planet right now is a lot of the counter forces hunting down the cabal like dogs. That's what they want to do. They are hell-bent on destroying the cabal for good, for them never to rise up again. And because that's happening, and because they have so many bullseyes on themselves, they will just spew lies. Hey, we're innocent. We're innocent. We have nothing to do with this. Come on, come on. Don't be mad at us. It's all your fault. Your fault. Your fault. Your fault. Your fault. Your fault. That's what they do. And when they're backed in a corner, they will try and wrathfully attack. They say, if we cannot have this world, none of you will be able to. You guys have to understand how they think. Okay? They would rather lose this world to a nuclear explosion than to give it to you. Those are the kind of psychopaths that we are dealing with here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think you guys fully get that. And maybe I'm talking to the wrong people, right? Maybe there's people here who, oh no, Brad, I do understand that they're psychopaths, that they're sadistic. Okay, that's great, but now you have to understand why they're spinning all this stuff the way they are. These are the signposts. These are the things you have to see. Because when you say, oh, we're going to do this, or we're going to try and infiltrate this plan, oh yeah, that sounds like dark cabal stuff, just a bunch of garbage, right? And like I said, it's just part of the movie, part of the movie, part of the movie. It's basically a movie to get the normies angry, to get the sleepers angry. So we have to remember who we're dealing with here. We're not dealing with graceful people. We are dealing with the lowest of the low. You're dealing with people who reach for the lowest of the lowest hanging fruit. And they will do absolutely anything they can to their last breath to try to hold on to their power. And if they can't have it, their intention is to destroy every single one of you. That's their intention. Will they be able to do it? No, of course not, because they're so weak right now. But nonetheless, that's their mentality. That's their draconian mentality. That's their Khazarian nature. So please be aware of this, guys. You guys need to be aware of this so you can educate others, because others are just spewing a bunch of this garbage that is not true. Thinking that, oh my God, if Putin wins, then NWO prevails and all that stuff. It's a bunch of garbage. It's a bunch of crap. So again, please take into consideration with what's being shared here with you guys. And a lot of you guys do know what I'm talking about. That's why I said I love the subscribers that I have, because the majority of you do get what I'm talking about. But there's some on here who do not. And so just educate, just inspire. If people don't want to take it, nonetheless, I've planted a seed in their field. And now I'll let the seed do the rest. All right? Yeah, the light is doing more than winning, guys. We are prevailing. We are certainly prevailing, right? We have to be aware of our darkness, though. This is the whole idea that we get out of this new age mentality of saying, oh, just go to the light and ignore the dark and don't worry about the dark. No, we have to go through our darkness. This is all part of a very, very, very long night of the soul, right? So we're looking at all of that darkness. We have to see it, but we also have to remember that there is a light ahead. And when we see that light ahead, all we're doing is we're just venturing towards the light. And when you're in that light, you're free. Because the freedom isn't here. It's not out here. Okay? All right, guys. So let's now switch gears. We're going to go into group healing. Then we're going to wrap up the broadcast for today. So for those of you who want to join me with the group healing, placing your hands upon the center of your chest. Let me just go ahead and change the angle. There we go. All right. So placing your hands upon the center of the chest, taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, keeping your spine nice and erect. And now, just placing your hands in prayer posture, seeing the heart now turning transparent with your eyes closed. Seeing the light, the spirit light, directly in the center of the heart. And with your hands right now, inhaling, making that light brighter and brighter. Exhale, expanding that light, filling your bodies with it, making your aura beautiful, bright, white spirit light flowing through it. Now placing your hands either back in prayer posture or back together in the center. Okay, and I want you right now just to be aware of what you have, aware of your condition or conditions that you're looking to purge, that you're looking to have healed up altogether. So just take a moment now to be aware of the condition or conditions that you have that you would like to have released. Okay, now you can repeat after me. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay, and now you're just going to work together with me and synchronize your breath with mine. We'll begin. Apply. And those of you now who are feeling that lighter sensation, that floaty sensation, that sensation of calmness, that sensation of relaxation, being in your center, maybe feeling some tingling in your fingers, in your body, any of those sensations, any one of them, is a confirmation that you have successfully synced together with me and that Spirit is working with you now. So just be aware of the 24-hour period of gentleness upon yourself right now. And just let yourself, again, not overly exhaust yourself, not burning yourself out, just letting this energy work with you today, okay? Being soft, gentle, and delicate with yourself. Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate it. So again, I'll be back next Friday for another New Earth TV Live. Like I said, there is no New Earth Insights this Thursday. Okay, I'm taking that week off from it, but again, I'll be back next Friday for New Earth TV Live, and then the week after that, New Earth Insights will return. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Have a great rest of the weekend. Happy holidays for you, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care. Thank you very much for checking out the New Earth Teachings YouTube channel. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And you can check out the websites, newearthteachings.com, where you can order a private session, 3 questions by email, EQ method, and a lot more. And you can also check out healingcodecards.com, where you can grab your mind deck, your body deck, and of course the brand new Body Deck Special Edition. All of these are available in digital editions as well. And you can also get a shirt just like this through healingcodeshop.com, where you can experience the healing codes in apparel form. So feel free to check out these websites. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Be well.